It's weird to come back.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien made his much hyped return to the television program The Tonight Show Tuesday night, 14 years after he departed the gig after just 7 months. But The Tonight Show that Conan left was in Los Angeles in 2010.
Now, people have been asking me, what's going to happen to our studio after we're gone? They just built this thing.
Yeah, I know.
And people are saying, what's going to happen to it?
Yeah, Conan relocated to Los Angeles when he took over The Tonight Show in 2009, and it was shot on the Universal Studios lot. Now, before that, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno was shot at NBC Studios in Burbank, California, and Late Night with Conan O'Brien, the 12:35 a.m. program, was shot in 30 Rock in New York.
I mean, I was here for 16 years doing the Late Night Show before we went out to L.A.
So yeah, for Conan, walking into 30 Rock tonight wasn't really returning to The Tonight Show, because The Tonight Show had never been there the entire time he'd worked there.
It's weird. I haven't been in this building for such a long time.
For him, walking into 30 Rock was him returning to where he hosted Late Night till 2009.
I haven't been on this floor
Yeah, what was it like?
in forever.
It's like any place you return to years later. It caused some recollection.
All these memories came flooding back to me.
And while Conan was headed to Studio 6B to tape his Tonight Show appearance, he was curious to know who was in his old stomping grounds of Studio 6A.
I walked in and I said, "Who's in my old studio?" And they said, "Kelly Clarkson."
So yeah, the Kelly Clarkson Show just moved in there in September after the talk show relocated from LA to New York in its 5th season.
This is the Kelly Clarkson Show in NYC, baby.
Now, in the other 14 years in between Conan's departure and Kelly's arrival, shows like The Dr. Oz Show, The Meredith Vieira Show, Maya and Marty, and Megyn Kelly Today, all shot in that space. But yeah, now Kelly is reigning daytime TV from that studio.
I love Kelly Clarkson. Yeah. Who doesn't love Kelly Clarkson? But still, I felt like, it's not right! It should be a museum!
Blasphemy!
It should be a museum!
They should have burned it to the ground!
Just to be clear, Conan doesn't actually feel that way. Before he was in Studio 6A, Late Night with David Letterman was there. And before that, the game show Say When was there in the 1960s, and 21 was there in the 1950s.
And then Kelly came out to say hi, and it said, "Don't talk to me!"
You make me sick!
You took it. Wow. Yeah, I did. I feel terrible, Kelly. I really do.
And no, Conan didn't actually yell at Kelly in the hallways. And Conan didn't feel weird being around Fallon, nor should he. And actually, in an offhand comment, Conan suggested that Fallon will host The Tonight Show for another 49 years.
You'll have this show as long as you want it, but when you're 98, you'll move on, and someone else...
Now, if you're lost why there would be any possible tension between Fallon and Conan to begin with, let's recap this quickly. Here we go, real fast. Jay Leno hosted The Tonight Show since 1992, and Conan hosted the Late Night Show that immediately followed each night. In 2004, NBC announced that in 2009, Conan would take over The Tonight Show from Jay.
So they said, listen, we would like to do 5 more years. I said, great. I'd love to do 5 more years.
So that time came in 2009. Jay left The Tonight Show. Conan left the Late Night Show in New York.
It's an incredible, amazing honor to do this program for you people.
Moved to LA to start hosting The Tonight Show in June 2009. Jimmy Fallon became the new host of Late Night at 12:35. NBC also kept Leno on, though, and gave him the nightly 10 p.m. slot. And the Jay Leno Show premiered in September 2009. Not surprisingly, the ratings at 11:35 took a hit.
And he said that we should not blame Conan for what's going on.
Don't blame Conan.
Don't blame Conan for what's going on. And I said to myself, no one is blaming Conan.
So then, NBC announces in January 2010 that the Jay Leno Show is going to move to 11:35 p.m., the Tonight Show's time slot, and the Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien is going to air at 12:05 a.m. each night.
You want me to move the Tonight Show to 12:05? Forget it.
Exit package, he's out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have exactly 1 hour to steal every single item in this studio.
Leno returns to hosting The Tonight Show in March 2010. Fallon stays put at 12:35.
The terms of my settlement, I'll be honest with you, say that I can't host another show for 7 months. That's what it says, yeah.
After that stipulation was up, Conan got hired by TBS, and he hosted a talk show there for 11 years. And he just ended it in 2021. Leno retires again in 2014. Fallon takes over The Tonight Show in 2014. And he's been there for 10 years now. I saw some comments even on The Tonight Show's Instagram being like, hey, Conan, take your show back. You deserve it. But yeah, Conan's good.
As much I adored this job. This, as you can attest, this is the best job in the world.
Yeah, Conan's done that format of a talk show for, that means a total of like 29 years.
You talk to these people, and you know, it's like 6 minutes and then take a break.
That's
7 minutes, take a break.
That's our show.
Because you got to make sure that's the format. And now I talk to people for an hour.
So yeah, now he's doing a podcast and he loves it. And I love Conan. So yeah, that's all I got to say. But yeah, what do you think of Conan's return to the program of The Tonight Show tonight, but really, he's returning to 30 Rock, his late night home tonight.
You're larger than life, because we know you from TV, but...
Yeah, well, the word's iconic.
That's
So stupid.
I just assume.